Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Mr. Parisi here, and we're going to go through the Chapter 1 review to prep you for your Chapter 1 test that is going to be sent out. So let's start with vocab. So we're going through, we got to please fill in each blank with the correct vocabulary term. So the amount of money that you earn for a pay period at the regular hourly rate is your straight time pay. Keywords there are regular hourly rate, so we're not factoring in any overtime hours at all. So the next one, 1.5 times your hourly rate. That's just going to be time and a half. This is one of two types of overtime. We'll get to the other type of overtime as we move through. A fixed amount of money that you earn on a regular basis would be your salary. You get paid per product sold or service completed. This would be piecework, not to be confused with commission. There's going to be some keywords that really point to the fact that it's commission, and that's coming up soon. The next one, commission is the only pay you receive. If you're only receiving commission, that is straight commission. No hourly rate, no base salary on top of your commission. You're only getting your commission based on your sales. A fixed amount of money for each hour you work is your hourly rate. A specified amount of money paid for each sale or a percent of your total value of your sales. Again, those are our key words with this one. That points to the fact that it is commission. That's the difference between commission and piecework. Is commission is based off a percentage of your sales. When you work more than the regular number of hours, you earn overtime pay. Twice your regular hourly rate. This is the second type of overtime. That would be called double time. That's the better of the two. You make more money with double time than you do for time and a half. The total amount of money you earn pre-tax deduction, so before taxes come out, is your gross pay. A way to keep track of your weekly hours is using a time card. Now people don't use time cards as much. They're still around, but very rarely. Everything's pretty much digital, but it's still called your weekly time card. And the amount of your paycheck that you get to take home after the taxes come out, this would be your net pay. So there's your vocab for Chapter 1. For the next two questions, we're going to be finding straight time pay. And pretty easy. All we're doing is multiplying. I'm taking my $6.55 per hour times my 40 hours, and I'd get $262. Okay, same thing for number 2. $8.75 times my 38 hours, and that's going to give me $332.50. For number 3, it says Ron Mason is a laborer. He earns $15.40 an hour. How many hours must he work to earn approximately $450 per week? So we've got some key pieces of information here. And if you notice, it's like we're kind of working backwards. They're giving us the answer. They're giving us our straight time pay, and we're working backwards to figure out how many hours. So we're going to do the opposite we did in number 1 and 2, and we're going to divide to get approximately 29.2 hours. That's about how much you would have to work to earn $450. Question number 4. Frank is a zookeeper who earns $15.35 per hour regularly, plus double time for weekend work. I'm going to underline the double time and my hourly rate. Last week, Frank worked 40 hours plus 16 hours of overtime on the weekend. Find the straight pay, then double time, then add both together to find your total. So for my straight time pay, I'm just taking the 40 regular hours times $15.35, which is the hourly rate. He made $6.14 with his regular shift. Then for overtime, I'm going to work overtime because we make more money. So I'm going to take that hourly rate and double it because it's double time. So now I have $30.70 per hour. And if I work 16 hours, Frank is going to make $491.20 in overtime. When I take my two numbers, my two amounts, and add them up, I'm going to get $1,105.20 total for the week. And that's going to be my total pay. Question number 5 is going to look very similar to question number 4. The only difference is as we go through here, we've got our hourly rate, we've got our regular hours, I've got my overtime hours. The only difference is now we're working time and a half instead of double time. So for time and a half, I need to be thinking of 1.5 instead of 2. Okay, it's 1.5 times my hourly rate. So Tiffany Newman earns $19.50 per hour, works 38 hours, and time and a half for overtime as a clerk at a court judge, or for a court judge. If she works 5 hours overtime on a holiday, what's her total pay? So straight time is going to be $19.50 times that 38 to get her $741 of straight time pay. For overtime, we make more money, so I'm not making $19.50 anymore. I'm going to multiply by 1.5 because of that time and a half. And her new hourly rate is going to be $29.25 for 5 hours. So she's making a total of $146.25 for her overtime. Total, I'm just going to add up my straight time pay plus my overtime pay to get a total paycheck of $887.25. That is her total paycheck for the week. Number 6, Terry Bartler worked from 7 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. and from 12:30 to 3:15 p.m. at a chocolate shop. Find the total hours. Well, if I'm looking from 7 a.m. to 10:45, right there I know I've got 45 minutes from 0 to 45. I always look at the minutes first. Okay, so now I'm really at 7:45. And from 7:45 to 10:45, that's 3 hours. So that's for my first part of my shift. For my second part of my shift, again, my minutes don't match up. So to get from 12:30 to get that 30 minutes to match with 15, I need to go 45 minutes into the future, and now I'm at 1:15. Okay, so we got 45 minutes. We know we got that. And now from 1:15 to 3:15, that's 2 hours. So in total, if I add everything up, I've got 5 hours and 90 minutes. And that came from adding up my hours with my hours and my minutes with my minutes. Now we know we wouldn't save 5 hours and 90 minutes, so I'm going to take 60 of those minutes and turn it into an hour. So this is really 6 hours and 30 minutes. That would be my final answer there. For the next part, it says, how much did Terry make on the shift if he earns $15.60 per hour? Remember to convert the minutes out of 60. So I can't multiply right off the bat here. This would be easy. I would take my $15.60 times my hours, but I've got hours and minutes, so that's where we say we got to convert. So I'm going to take the 30 minutes, put it over 60 to realize that that's really the same thing as saying 0.5 hours or half an hour. So now, instead of 6 hours, 30 minutes, I'm going to rewrite this and say that's the same thing as saying 6.5 hours. So now I can take 1560, multiply by 6.5, and get the total pay, which is $101.40. And that's how much money he made on that shift. Number 7, Vidya Roswell earns $2.57 or $2.57 per printer that she boxes for shipment. Yesterday, she boxed 85 printers. What is her total pay? This is piecework. I want to get paid $2.57 for every single printer I box, so I'm just doing 85 times $2.57, and I'm getting $218.45. Number 8. Roger Levegold works in a motorcycle shop. He is paid to set up new motorcycles when they arrive from the factory. He's also responsible for test riding each one. His boss pays him $125 per motorcycle and another $18 per test ride. Last week, he set up 11 motorcycles and test rode 9 of them. What was his total pay? So this is another piecework question, but there's 2 separate things that Roger's getting paid for. One is setting up motorcycles. And if you look here, he set up 11 motorcycles. If he set up 11 motorcycles, he's making $125 per motorcycle he sets up. The second thing he's doing is test riding them. He test rode 9 of them, and he's getting $18 per test ride. So when I set this up, I'm going to treat those as two separate parts. I'm going to take my 11 motorcycles. I'm getting paid $125 for setting up each of them. And then I'm taking my 9 test rides, and I'm getting paid $18 for each of those. So for setting up the motorcycles, he made $1,375. For the test rides, he made $162. So his total pay is going to just be found by adding those up, and that is $1,537 for that week. Nice and simple. Almost there. We're on to our last page here. Last few questions. So Richard Martin is a network administrator for a large law firm. His annual salary is $65,590. What is his monthly salary and what's his weekly salary? I'm going to split this up. I'm going to do monthly on the left, and then I'm going to do weekly on the right. So if I'm starting from annual, which means yearly, starting from yearly and going to monthly, I'm getting smaller. I know that this number is going to get smaller, so I'm going to divide here. I'm going to split it up evenly over 12 months. So the 12 comes from the fact that it's monthly, 12 months in a year, 12 pay periods. So when I divide there, I'm going to get $5,465.83 for the monthly pay. For the weekly pay, again, we're starting it yearly, $65,590. And now my number for weekly is there's 52 months in a year. So again, I'm getting smaller, so I'm going to divide, split it up evenly over 52 weeks, and I'm paying $1,261.35. And those are going to be your two answers right there. Number 10 is the exact same way. We're starting yearly, which is annually, and we're going bi-weekly, so $86,660. Splitting it up evenly over my bi-weekly pay periods. There's 26 bi-weekly pay periods per year. So when I do that, bi-weekly, I'm going to be getting paid $3,333.08. Okay. Number 11, Schneider National Trucking stated help wanted in an advertisement that experienced drivers could earn $930 per week, weekly. How much is the annual salary? Now we're working in the opposite direction, okay? We're going from weekly to yearly. We're talking from a small period to a large period, so this number is going to get larger. So if I'm making $930 a week, my number for weekly is 52. So I'm getting paid $930 52 times in a year. So my yearly salary would be $48,360. Last three questions, all talking about commission. Bonnie sells clothing. Her commission rate is 7.5%. Last month, her sales were $10,875. What is her straight commission? Anytime I see I'm working with a percent, I'm going to multiply. But before I can do that, I got to take my percentage, and as Beyonce says, I'm going to move it to the left, to the left. Move that decimal twice, fill in your empty space with a 0. So now my new value, 7.5%, is now going to be 0.075. Notice the percent sign gets dropped because we changed it to a decimal, and now I can take this and multiply it by my $10,875 to find my straight commission, which is $815.63. 13 is probably the tougher of the commission questions because we make a weekly base salary of $185. No matter how much we sell, we're guaranteed to make $185 that week. Our commission rate is 6.5%, and our weekly sales are $3,790. So I like to talk about the commission rate first. Again, I've got my percentage. I know I'm going to multiply. I'm going to take my 6.5%, move my decimal to the left, So I've got 0.065, and we just have to make sure we're multiplying this by our sales. My sales are $3,790, not that $185. That's money that we've already made, okay? So when I multiply this out, we made $246.35 in commission, okay? This is my commission. So if I want my total paycheck for that week, I would take my guaranteed base salary of $185 and add it to my commission of $246.35. This is going to give me a paycheck of $431.35 for the week. Final answer. And last but not least, nice and easy, we are talking straight commission again. 7% straight commission on the sale of a $98,000 home. 7%, move that decimal to the left, fill in that blank space with a 0. 0.07 times 98,000 on that sale. That's a pretty big sale of a house. You're going to be making a lot more money. You're going to be making $6,860 in commission. There you have it. There's our review for Chapter 1. Please look back at these questions. Use it for your Chapter 1 test. There's going to be a ton of similarities and similar questions in your test. So please look back at this and try and compare your work and help yourself out as much as you can. Good luck and have a great day.